Okay. And in fact, we don't actually need to attach them because there's something else we'll be doing with them. But first things first, let's move this box like that. And then we're going to make this a polygon. So right click on the object, the handle, convert to editable poly. Okay, like that, perfect. Then select the edge mode, pick one of these edges there and select ring. All right, and then connect settings. We need 2 connection settings, and then they need to be spread apart like that, and then check. All right, then let's move this to the back like that, and then please pick that polygon there and that one, and then we're going to extrude settings. There we go. Maybe a value of 1 might do. Yes, 1 is enough. Thank you. Okay, then please move this into the fridge like that. Okay, so that's what we needed. All right, so call this, of course, fridge door handle. All right, then of course we are going to duplicate it, so go to edit, clone. This time it's going to be an instance. Click OK, and then move it across roughly to where the previous one, the opposite side of where the previous one is sitting. Yeah, that is how, of course, it should be. Okay, then of course all these objects need to have a material, so let's assign them, of course, the steel texture, because that's what they should be. All right, and of course time to move them where they should be, and this, of course, where our fridge will be. Okay, great stuff. So the box which was sitting behind, we can just delete, of course. We don't need it anymore. There we go. Of course, now it looks like a fridge, doesn't it? All right, and then we need another counter behind there. So let's quickly create that. Let's see. So we need that, and we need one of these drawers. Go to edit and clone. Make a copy. And let's move them where eventually, of course, they will need to be. Let's zoom extend selected. That way we can see everything. And yeah, let's see how we can position them. But first things first, this is too wide, so please reduce. Yeah, there we go. Reduce its value there like that, and move it to line up. Okay, you can even drive it into the wall there. Okay, and then let's also increase the value along there up to the point where it meets the other side of the wall. You can even scale it, of course. Yeah, like that, which is, of course, much easier to do. Okay, maybe you need to be thinner, so 0.5. Sorry. So the length, yeah, just scale it, really, on the z-axis. Okay, looks like we need to scale it again. There we go. Okay, so this will be like the countertop for this side. All right. Okay, brilliant. Then, of course, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go to edit and clone. Make a copy. Now this time we need to rotate it like that, but this way, 90 degrees like that. Please make the UV map fit, of course. Just give it a different texture for now, okay? Because it gets a bit confusing as to what is what. In fact, you might even turn on edge faces like that. And yeah, let's make it sit on the floor by turning it to 0 units on the z-axis. And yeah, bring it of course where it will eventually be. All right. Okay. And then yeah, we'll just design something that will look like a stove, but it's not actually a stove. But first, make sure this one is also fitting the UV map. There we go. Okay, so yeah, because we're not going to get into the details of modeling stoves here. Just align it to that part of the extractor. Perfect. And bring it to the floor. Okay. And yeah, just make it something like that. Okay. And then make it a polygon, or rather, yeah, convert this to a collapse all, right click and then make it again editable poly. Then yeah, select that part, click on insert, and then we are going to reduce the insert value. Yeah, just trying to make it like a concave structure. There we go. And then extrude, but this time we're going downwards like that. Check. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so that will be what we'll assume will be our stove. As I said, we're not getting into that detail here. So again, give it the steel texture. Okay. Save your file. And then lastly, yeah, just the side, that side of the building. So for that, let's select this object here, the floor. Go to, let's see, let's collapse it, sorry, or rather right click, convert to editable poly. Okay, and select that piece of it and then hold shift and move upwards. Okay, up to where it lines up with that part, that height of the wall. Okay, great stuff. And then also, of course, hold shift and move that way. This, of course, will be the ceiling. Okay. Great stuff. Then let's just select these sides here and pull them out like that. Okay. Select the ceiling and, or rather select the polygon that will be the ceiling and detach. Call it ceiling. Okay. Select it again. Go to hierarchy panel, affect pivot only, and then center it to the object. Okay, great stuff. We need to give it a bit of thickness, so we are going to add what we call shell modifier. Okay, not on the outer level, but on the inner level. There we go. So this is what will give it thickness like that. Okay, great stuff. We're going to hide it for now because we don't need it at the moment. But before we do, just add another UVW map to it, and it's definitely a box, and make it fit. Then right click and then hide selection because we don't need it for now. All right. And this part of the floor, well, select this part. Call it wall B. You can call it anything you want, of course. Again, select it. Affect pivot only, center to object, but move the pivot points to 0 units on the Z axis. That way it's sitting on the floor. Just move it a bit forwards like that. That's it. Okay. All right. And for these guys, let's select them. In fact, what is this one called? Yeah, okay. So select them and then let's open up the material editor. Besides going to rendering, material editor, compact material editor, you can of course always click that little sphere with a checkerboard. And then yeah, we are looking for a wall texture. So select any of these available slots. Call this a wall. Change it from standard to Icon Design. And of course, we don't want the shiny wall. We just want, where is it? Let's see, matte finish. There we go. Yeah, you can give it, of course, whichever texture you want and assign. There we go. Great stuff. Okay. Let's try and add those drawers which will be hanging up there. Okay. To do that, let's select this panel and a drawer. Alright. And then let's go to edit and clone. Make them copies. Okay. And let's move them and rotate to face that way at 90 degrees. And then of course bring them where they will eventually must be. Of course you can see where that is. Looks like this one here must be shifted forwards as well. And then okay, great stuff. Then we are going to need, of course, to create a few of them. Okay. All right. So to do that, I think what we can do is the height wise, let's go to the, let's go to the box level. Make this, sorry, not that. Yeah, that one. Yeah, just make it a bit longer like that. And yeah, a bit wide as well. Okay. Just line it up. All right. Of course, we go to tools and array. Click on preview. Reset all parameters. Make them instances, of course, and we only need 4. We're going to move them. Let's see which axis, not the x-axis, but yes, the y-axis, because we are spreading them horizontally. All right, and maybe a value of minus 4.6. No, 4.7, 4.8. 4.9, yeah, it looks like, or maybe 4.85, just to leave a slight gap between them. Make sure it's instances, of course, and click OK. Perfect. Then of course make sure they fit. There we go, like that. Okay, and then let's see, we just need 2 sets of these, so we are going to increase, sorry, not the length but the height. Make it 0.4 or 0.3. Yeah, there we go. So please, please select one of them and then again make the UV map fit. Select all of them again. We are going to go to edit and clone. Make them instances as well, and then we're cloning them upwards like that. Okay. All right, like that. Okay. Now this object here, we are going to scale it, sorry, to be much wider, and it will simply sit behind the drawers. From the top view, it's best to judge. Okay, and also thinner in this way, and also just a bit taller. Okay, like that. Perfect. All right. Okay, and then I've thought about this for a while, but I think, yeah. Sorry, just select one of these boxes. I thought about it for a while, but I think we've got too few boxes. By the way, if you're trying to zoom in and then things begin to look cut out like that, well, don't get scared, okay? You just have to click on the perspective label and click on viewport clipping, okay? It will show you this orange line or yellow line. When you zoom in close and that begins to happen, you just decrease that little triangle at the bottom. You see that? That way it really allows you to get closer to your object without fearing them cutting out, looking like they're cut out. Okay, you can always turn off that yellow rectangle by clicking on the perspective label and turn off viewport clipping. Okay, so yeah, I thought about it for a while, and I think these boxes are just too thin for our liking. So these ones here, luckily we've made them instances. Okay, so we're going to reduce, there we go, the width, okay, to to make them something like that, okay? All right. Then let's delete all the other ones, because of course we're going to make new ones. Select one of them that are left and make them fit the UV map. And please, of course, position them in preparation for what we need to do, which is creating an array of them once again, okay? So we go to Tools, Array, reset all parameters and preview, and move. Let's see, increase the values. So 10 is too much. Try 9 or 7. 7 is still too much, okay? So 8 then. Yeah, there we go. 8 works really well. Click OK. There we go. We've got what we needed to have, okay? Then this last bit here, just move it a bit to the side like that, okay? There we go. So at least now we've got much more drawers, of course, that will be animating nicely. Perfect, okay? Okay. Then let's just do something about these ones here. Maybe there are too many. I think let's just scale this down a bit. And making sure they line up. Of course, remember, the most accurate view, of course, is not the perspective. It's always one of these predefined views, whether it's the front, the top, or the left view, or the right view. Okay. Please select all those objects as I've done, and then move them to the side, okay? Because I think we just need, let me see, scale them down as well. And make them thin as well, okay? And push them into the wall. All right. Okay. Then yeah, select the wall B, select that edge and ring, and connect. And check that, okay? We just need a little opening here. That's why we are doing this. And then over here, we're going to select this polygon. Sorry. Or rather, let's pick, let's see. Back to the edge mode. Please pick that edge, and then we're going to select chamfer, which will split it for us. So reduce the splitting a bit and check. And then let's go back to the polygon mode, and we only pick this polygon, there we go, and move it backwards like that. Okay. All right. Then let's pick again these edges here and chamfer them again. Okay. As you can see, I'm using a very low value of 0.01. That's fine. Check. Okay. Then just select the floor. And of course, select the edge mode and move it to fill up whatever spaces, whatever gap that's been left behind. And let's add UVW map to it. Please, let's add a material to it, the checkered material, that one. Assign. Of course, the UV map, make it fit. That's fine, okay. Yeah, that's much better. Then we can go back and change again. Call this one here flow. Okay. Of course, make it Arcane design, and you can give it whichever texture you want. Okay, we'll get back to it, of course, later on when we are refining the textures. All right. And then let's see. Yeah, we don't need this box anymore, but we'll okay, just keep it handy for now, okay? And then just bring that object here, that wooden object, go to or rather just, yeah, go to edit and clone, make a copy and move it to the side like that. Let's scale it. As you can see, of course, we're only focusing on parts of the camera which will actually show in the render. Whatever won't be rendered, we don't bother with. Okay. And then again, make it fit the UV map. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's quickly design what will be chairs. So to do that, let's go to the create panel and let's create tubes. Sorry, not tubes, cylinders. Okay. All right. Make them nice and thin. So radius, reduce them a bit. Okay. Height, of course, must be in line with the counters. So somewhere there, I think that should be fine. Height segments 1. As you can see, of course, we are really using the bare minimum amount of polygons, but the sides you can make them 30. Okay. Or else if you use too many polygons, really your scene can really get slow. Okay, perfect. Then we select another cylinder. This will be the chair top. So we're going to align it to this cylinder, of course. X, Y, and Z position on the pivot point. Click OK. So this, of course, will be where people will actually sit on the chairs itself. All right. And then, okay, this one can have a bit more detail. So sides, you can make it 40. Cap segments, you can increase those a bit. And then right click, make it editable poly. Select the edge mode and pick those edges over there and loop. And you're going to scale them down to give the illusion, you know, of a chair. And then we're also going to chamfer them so that the edges are a bit smoother. Something like that, I think, or maybe, yeah, I think that's fine. And check. Yeah, that's fine, okay? If you turn off edge faces, yeah, that's what it will look like, okay? Which is okay, of course, all right. Okay, then for these ones, maybe you just want to add, let's see, turn back on the edge faces. Yeah, maybe you just want to add up to 3 height segments. Then we're going to make this, convert it to an editable poly. Select the vertex mode and let's move all those vertices there. Move them downwards, okay? Because we need some detail down here. All right. Then highlight those vertices and then to them we're going to add what we call FFD 3x3x3 modifier. And then click on the control points, and what this enables us to do is it gives us a set of control points to manipulate. So in other words, we're going to select those, we're going to highlight those bottom vertices and we're going to scale them wider, you see. And of course, by doing that, it's going to give us this nice illusion we are after of a chair, okay? Of a chair's base, I mean, okay? Once we've done that, right click and collapse all, okay? Then we're going to add turbo smooth. Let's see. Yeah, add turbo smooth and then click on separate by materials. Okay. There we go. Turn off edge faces. There we go. So these will be, of course, the chairs, the base of the chairs. Okay. Save your file. Okay, we are now going to add on some details that will really help our object stand out, and that is by doing the following. We're going to turn on edge faces, okay, and then let's see, yeah, select the wall and then we click on edit and clone. Call this wall animated 01. You can create, of course, anything you want. All right, and again, make sure the texture fits, okay? Then let's right click and collapse all. That way it's back to one object. Okay, then we're going to pick this part of the wall, for instance, and we're going to detach them. Call this wall, let me see, wall animated 002. Okay, great stuff. We then pick this one here, detach as well, wall animated 003. Okay, that of course we are just left with that. This wall here, I believe we don't need the lower side, so select the polygon mode. Let's actually switch to wireframe. Yeah, we don't need all of these because they will not appear in the camera, so hence we are deleting them. Okay, great stuff. All right. Oh yeah, and we also do not need, let's see, select these parts on the wall animated object, go to edit, select invert. That way it picks up this part, delete them because we don't want them to be part of that as well. Okay, and then we're going to give we're going to create a new material. So let's see, call this of course wall animated A. You can call it of course anything you want. Make it Arcan design. This time I think it's fine if it's shiny. Okay, the color is up to you. All right, then let's select by name and pick up all our wall animated objects. You see that? And assign the texture. Okay, then we are going to drag one of these somewhere empty. Call this wall animated B and change this to something else. Whether it's maroon or brown, it's up to you. Okay, let's minimize that, and then we're going to select, let's see, select by name, pick our wall animated object again. We need to adjust the pivot points from which they'll be animated. So let's go to the hierarchy panel, affect pivot only. Okay, so we need to adjust from where these walls be animated, and they need to be animated from the roofs. So first of all, center to object like that, perfect, and then move the pivot points to the roofs. For instance, for that one, and then select this one here, move the pivot point as well where it needs to be, and of course this one here, also move the pivot point. There we go, that's where it must be. Okay, great stuff. And then, yeah, and then again, please select them all, wall animated objects. We need to give them a slight thickness. So from the modifier list, please add, of course, shell modifier, just like we did with the ceiling. Now this time we want it to grow this way. Okay. Observe, of course, the thickness. Let's select the wall. Select the polygon mode, and please bring in the window a bit more. So move it inside like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That way it can stand a chance of appearing. And make sure, of course, you fit the bitmap. Perfect. Okay. Then please select the wall animated object again. All right. And then we go to edit and clone again. Edit and clone, I mean. Make them copies, click OK. All right. Now this time, let's see, we're going to give them this texture here, assign. Okay. And they need to move forward a bit. So there'll be one layer above the previous wall. You can see, of course, how we are adjusting the dimensions there. Okay, and then we're going to play around with a few of the settings. So let's go to the edit poly level, edge mode, and let's switch to wireframe. All right, and pick that edge, for instance. Switch back to shaded mode and move it up. I don't know if you can see it from here, but basically it was somewhere at the bottom. We are shifting it, okay? And in fact, yeah, you see, it only shows the results after you've gone back to the shell modifier. You know what you can do? Please right click and select all the wall objects, all wall animated objects. Right click, convert to editable poly. There we go. That way they're now all polygons. Okay, great stuff. So this is this wall here. This wall is fine. This one needs to be adjusted, so we're going to select the vertex mode. And yeah, we're going to pick its bottom vertices and move those also upwards. We are doing this just to make our wall, of course, a bit more interesting than what it is. Okay, great stuff. We also copy this wall here, go to edit and clone, make a copy, rotate it to be at exactly 90 degrees. And, need to move it where it must be. Okay. All right. As we said, we are doing all of this so that our structure can really look more interesting than what it is at the moment. Okay. Over here, please select the edge mode and pick that edge and ring. Okay. And connect settings. Let's have 2 connections and then check. All right. Then let's see. Please select that edge over there, ring, and let's see. Yeah, ring and delete. Perfect. Okay. So that this one, we can force it that way. But more importantly, we can scale it. Oh, sorry. Let's switch back to wireframe mode. So we're going to pick those vertices at the bottom. Yeah. Move those downwards like that. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. And even these ones here, the wall animated object. Let's adjust the properties as well. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Just so that our walls will really look like this, they've got several layers. All right. It's not just simple walls, adding to the look of complication on our model, of course. Okay. These ones here, maybe lift them like that as well. Okay. And these ones here. Okay. Go to edit and clone, make a copy. This one here must have the yellow one, the yellow texture. Okay. And then of course move it backwards, select the vertices and move those downwards like that. Okay, great stuff. So that our animation really, when we do animate, things will really look nice and interesting. Okay. All right. Although over here it does look like maybe they need to be lined up with those ones there. So yeah, just select those vertices and move them to line up like that. Okay. So that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. It just looks much better if indeed that was what happened. And maybe on the side there we go, we bring it down, you see? So that will really create a much more interesting look. Same as here, we also do that. Over there, we lift it up a bit, okay. And here we can also play with it. Maybe this one does the opposite, it goes upwards. You see that, eh? So all this, of course, will give our kitchen a much more interesting look indeed. Okay. Well, what about the floor? Oh, well, we haven't forgotten about them. Okay, so let's go ahead and create, let's borrow the fridge model. So go to edit and clone, make it a copy, of course, call this tile. Okay, and move it where it needs to be. Let's go ahead and adjust the dimensions. So the height is too much, of course, so we do something like that. Let's see, because we don't want too many of them or else they can really slow down the entire animation. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think these kind of values will do, but of course feel free to add as many as you wish. Feel free on adjusting it to the dimensions you wish, of course, depending on what you want. Okay, so let's say the tile will start there. Right away we must change the texture. Okay, so I'm going to select one of these available slots. I can design, we'll call this, of course, tile. Again, choose a different color just to create differentiation. Okay, and assign, select the UV map and of course fit. Then we need to duplicate these tiles all over the floor. All right, so we go to tools, array, reset all settings and click preview and move. And let's see, which axis are we looking into. Well, let's start, I think, with the y-axis. Sorry, let me cancel that so that we can really focus here. Okay, tools, array, preview, reset all parameters, move on the y-axis. Okay, try and move them on the negative values. All right, maybe minus 7.3. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Okay, so remember they're instances of each other and then you click OK. All right, perfect. So those are the tiles so far. Okay, then let's see. Actually, let's undo that. Let's undo that for now. Okay, select the first one. Instead, let's do the following. We are going to go to tools, array again, reset all parameters, move, preview. Please move them on the x-axis. Yeah, we first need to make sure the rows are fine. And let's see how many we need. Yeah, it looks like 14 instances, and then the gap between them maybe 14.5. There we go. Okay, click OK. All right, then select by name and pick all the tiles. Okay, there we go. Then using this view here, we're going to go to edit and clone, make sure the instances, click OK, move them to the side like that. Okay, and then of course we do this, we create that division between them, or that kind of gapping between them, the way basically tiles ought to look, of course. Or maybe you want it to look like that. It's all up to you. Okay, but I think we want it like that. All right, perfect. Then after having done that, we select every tile from the first one. Okay, holding shift until you click the last one. Then we go to tools, array, click on preview. We don't need to move on the x-axis but on the y-axis. There we go. And there are too many right now, so reduce the numbers. Maybe 7 of them will do, and create the gap between them. Still too many. Looks like 5 might do. And again, adjust. the gaps between them. Okay, it's almost there. Maybe a value of minus 7.5. Sorry, 7.5 or 7.3. Just keeping the gaps between them even, and then click OK. Perfect. So now we do have all these tiles in our scene. Wonderful. Wonderful, okay? Yeah, you see that, eh? So this, of course, will occupy our floor, okay? Then please select any of them, any of these tiles, and then please add what we call edit poly modifier. Select the polygon mode and pick the top polygon and select the scale and just scale it down like that, and you see what it can give us. You see that? So we are just adjusting the scales there gently and also move them down like that. Okay, great stuff. And then please rotate to the bottom and pick the bottom polygon. Now scale that one to be bigger. There we go. There we go. Now our tiles will really look nice on the floor. Okay. Great stuff. Save your file, of course. Okay, now the finishing touches for the materials. So we need the chair to have a material. So select the chair top, or you can call it chair seat or whatever you feel like. Let me just copy that name and right click and paste it here and assign. Of course, it's an Arc and Design material. All right. Can be whichever texture you want it to be. But of course, that one must be steel. Or it can be steel. I mean, it's all up to you. Okay. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. All right. Then the box, the drawers, I mean, so for the drawers, they're still at this point like that. So that's fine. We can always change textures, of course, later on, according to our specifications, because next step, of course, is animation. Okay. But before we do those, please select the chairs and the tops. Sorry. And just position them already in anticipation. Okay. Tools, array, reset all parameters and preview. All right. We need to move them, I think, on the x-axis, and they need to be a few. Just a few, not too many. Just 3 chairs or 4. Yeah, and then just, there we go. I think 3 is fine. Okay. We don't really need that many chairs. Ah, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Great stuff. All right.